Okay, let's talk about thermometers. So this is the word thermometer. This is what we use to measure the temperature. How hot is it? How cold is it? We use the word thermometer because that's the instrument that we use. I'm going to show you an example on a poster of what a thermometer might look like. Those of you who were with me in first grade, we use this to practice with our temperatures. We're not going to use it very much right now because it's a little bit harder to see and use on the video, but this will show our temperatures. Okay, so I'm going to put that over here to the side. There we go. Okay. So a thermometer measures temperatures. We use something called a degree as the unit to measure the temperature. Anytime you give a temperature, you have to use this degree symbol. That's this little circle that is up in the air. So we use it like this. If it's 27 degrees outside, we write 27 degrees. Then we have to use one of two scales. We have to say whether it's in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Fahrenheit or Celsius. Let's say Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. F-A-H-R-E-N-H-E-I-T, Fahrenheit. So if something is in Fahrenheit, we say degrees Fahrenheit. For example, if it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit, we would say 83 degrees Fahrenheit. The second scale is Celsius. Let's say Celsius. Celsius. Capital C-E-L-C-I-U-S, Celsius. If it's 16 degrees, but with the Celsius scale, we would say 16 degrees Celsius. We use Fahrenheit in America, but in most other places, Celsius is used. There's a few other places that use Fahrenheit. For the most part, Celsius is used. So you will see temperatures here in Honduras written more in Celsius. There are some common temperatures that you should know and have memorized in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. The first one is the freezing point of water. So this is when your water becomes congelada, okay? So what is the freezing point of water in Fahrenheit? The freezing point of water in Fahrenheit is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So the freezing point of water is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is written on a little box in your paper. This is something that you need to memorize. What do you think the freezing point of water is in Celsius? Guess what? In Celsius, it's a little easier to remember because in Celsius, it is 0. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. How about the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit? This is a funny number. It's 212. Woof, that's really high up there, right? This is when you put your water on the stove and it starts to bubble, and then it turns into smoke and steam. That's the boiling point of water. So in Fahrenheit, we say it's 212 degrees Fahrenheit. In Celsius, what do you think it is? In Celsius, it is 100 degrees. So the boiling point of water in Celsius is 100 degrees Celsius. The last temperature you should know is the normal body temperature. This temperature, this is what your body is when you are healthy. Your body has a certain temperature, a certain warmth to it. And when you are going to the store and things like that, before you walk in, they take your temperature now to see if your temperature is normal or if it's too high and you're sick. So normal body temperature is, in Fahrenheit, 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit is the normal body temperature. What do you think it might be in Celsius? Have you noticed all of the numbers for Celsius are smaller? So is this one. Normal body temperature in Celsius is 37 degrees Celsius. So your normal body temperature in Celsius is 37 degrees. Okay? Okay. Let's keep going now with your paper. At the box in the top of your paper, right here, okay, you have the temperatures that we just learned. Now for number 4, it says write the temperature that each thermometer shows. On your thermometer, thermometers count by 2s. So your thermometer does something like this. Excuse me while I draw really quickly. It has 1 degree written, and then another. It counts up by 10s. So 40, whoops, it's hard to see that says 40 because I ran my O into my 4. Let's try that again. 40 degrees, 50 degrees. But then it has marks in between. And these count by 2s, but these aren't marked. So this is 42 degrees, 44 degrees, 46 degrees, 48 degrees, 50 degrees. So the little marks in between your marks that count by 10 count by 2s. So when you're reading your thermometer, the first one goes up to this first mark here. Like that. So how many degrees is that? 40, 42. So letter A of number 4 is 42. Look at letter B. It's in between, show this to you, okay, in between 90 and 80. Count up your marks. 82, 84, 86, 88. So letter B is 88 degrees. Letter C, you have 10 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius. In this one, let me change my illustration right here. So you have 10 degrees Celsius and you have 20 degrees Celsius. This time, instead of going all the way up to the second mark, it stops right here in between. So it's not quite, this would be 10, 12, 14, but it's not quite to the 14. So what number is in between 12 and 14? 13. So letter C is 13 degrees Celsius. And letter D. Letter D is in between 50 and 60. Count by 2s. This one you're going to do all by yourself. Okay, let's look at number 5 very quickly. Color to show the temperatures. So letter A says freezing point of water. So you need to color to the freezing point of water. What is the freezing point of water? 32 degrees Fahrenheit, because notice this is in Fahrenheit. So you need to have 32 degrees in the blank and then color up to 32. Letter B is the freezing point of water, but in Celsius. So what is the freezing point of water in Celsius? 0. 0 degrees Celsius. Very, very good. Okay, letter C. The boiling point of water in Fahrenheit. What is the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit? Look at the top of your page if you don't remember. And don't feel bad if you don't remember, we just learned it. 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So color up from 210 to 212. Color from the bottom of your thermometer up, just like they have in the examples up on top. And letter D is the boiling point of water in Celsius. So what is the boiling point of water in Celsius? 100 degrees. So write 100 degrees Celsius in the blank, color up to 100. Okay, that is all that you have to do for today, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye, love you.